Are we ready to move on to our next region and reveal the rest of the field? It's Regional 2 in Birmingham. I'm from the South. I know you can call it Birmingham. Who is the #1 seed in the Regional 2 Birmingham region? And it is South Carolina.
Well, and South Carolina is a team that had to really learn how to play without a Camilla Cardoso.
They're just realizing that. It's gone.
They have a three-headed monster in the post with Chloe Kitt, Sanaya Fagan, and Joyce Edwards. So you have that to go with the stellar guards and the defense Don Staley brings. South Carolina could look to repeat.
Certainly, and we will see who they face off with in that first round matchup. It's a business trip always for South Carolina. They've been here before. They will face in that 116 matchup Tennessee Tech. 4 NCAA tournament wins, most recently in 2023 in the first 4. Congratulations to those Golden Eagles. 26 wins this season. That was the most since 1989, 1990. CP, you weren't even born yet.
Barely.
Congratulations. That matchup we will see on Friday. In terms of our 8-9 matchup, congratulations to the 8-seeded Utah Utes. Gavin Peterson in his first season there took over for Lynn Roberts, who left 4 games into the season, and they are dancing nonetheless. You see the reaction there from Salt Lake City. Congratulations to those Utes. They will be facing 9-seeded Indiana, who's making their 6th straight tournament appearance. They are 1 win shy of their 10th straight 20-win season. And this team all about Yarden Garzone, second team All Big Ten, and leads the team in scoring with over 14.5 points per game. That's a game you'll see on Friday. Let's move on to our 4-13 matchup. Sitting at that 4 position, it's the Maryland Terrapins.
Maryland getting to host in College Park. That's big news. Brenda Frese put together a team made up of a lot of transfers. Then they suffered a lot of injuries, and they overcame it all. And the reward is first and second round games in College Park.
And listen, Brenda Frese is as good as they come in NCAA tournament openers. Sorry, Norfolk State, who is number 13 and will face Maryland. And what a season for those Spartans. Their first 30-win season since moving to D1 in 1997-98. And an amazing year for Diamond Johnson, who gets MEAC Player of the Year and leads the conference in scoring. That's a matchup that we will see on Saturday. In our 5-12 matchup in Birmingham 2, your 5-seed Alabama Crimson Tide making their 14th tournament appearance, 4th in the last 5 years. One of 4 teams with 3 players that are averaging 15 points per game. The others, LSU, Florida State, and Murray State. They can score. And they'll face in the 12-seed matchup Green Bay Phoenix. 29 wins, which was the most in a season since 2017-18. That your 5-12 matchup. And we'll see that one on Saturday coming to us from College Park.
Casual 22-game win streak.
Is that it? Just a casual
22-game win streak.
In our 3-14 matchup, we start with 3-seeded North Carolina making their 32nd NCAA tournament appearance.
Yeah, North Carolina, a team I'm looking at, Alyssa Husby and Renaya Kelly. They missed some games late in the season, then they came back. Those 2 huge for this North Carolina Tar Heels team. Charlie, you mentioned transfers, you mentioned young players. That's also what North Carolina is made of.
And they will face, in that 14 seed, the West Coast Conference champion, Oregon State Beavers AC, who I know you're really high on.
Very high on this Oregon State team, in particular because of the coaching job Scott Rueck has done. This is a team that lost 82% of their scoring from last season. There are multiple starters from Oregon State that are playing on other teams in this exact same field. So great job by Oregon State, rallying from a beginning of the season that was rough, and they figured it out along the way.
Congratulations, North Carolina, Oregon State. We'll see you on Saturday in that first round opener as we move on down the bracket here in Birmingham 2. Your 6-11 matchup, sitting in that 6th position, it's the West Virginia Mountaineers, and man, will they rely on defense. They lead the Big 12 in points per game allowed and turnovers forced per game. And of course, it goes through J.J. Quinterly, first team All Big 12, Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. We see the reaction there. Congratulations to the Mountaineers. Your matchup in the first round will be the winner of the Columbia Lions and Washington Huskies. For Columbia, their 2nd tournament appearance. They also made it last year for Washington. 1 win shy of their first 20-win season since 2016-17. That was Kelsey Plum's senior season. So we will get that matchup on Saturday as you take a look at your 6-11 matchup. We move right along to our 2:15 matchup, sitting in that 2 position, man. Your winners of the ACC, it's Duke.
And Duke has some stingy defense. When you look at what they did in the ACC tournament, only allowed Louisville 48 points. Notre Dame only 56, and NC State 62. Their offense is working as well, and I think the addition of the freshman, Toby Fournier, she has been huge for them to be a presence inside.
It's going to be a good strength versus strength. When you look at their opponent sitting in the 15th seed, it's Lehigh Mountain Hawks, who are seeking their first NCAA tournament win. We see the reaction. It sort of looks like stop animation a little bit, but we love that for you. They lead the Patriot League in points per game, paint points per game, and points per game off turnovers. So it could be a battle of strength in that 2:15 matchup, a game that we'll see on Friday. And as we close out Birmingham 2, our 7-10 matchup, I'm going to do this for my husband at home. Go Doors go. Your 7-seeded Vanderbilt.
How about the job that Shea Ralph has done in her 4th season? Vanderbilt has the highest scoring duo in the country. Michaela Blakes, Camille Pierre combined to average 44 points a game, but it could be Ayanna Moore who is the key to this team's success as the 3rd musketeer in the tournament.
Anchor down.
Anchor down, baby.
You knew CP was going to jump in.
You know
on that
she
one.
was going to. In terms of who they'll face in that first round, sitting at the 10 seed, it is the Oregon Ducks. Deja Kelly transfers, leads the team in scoring, and an all Big Ten honorable mention. So you see the reaction there from Eugene. That will be your 7-10 matchup, Vanderbilt and Oregon. So you take a look again at the full reveal of your Birmingham Regional 2 bracket. Again, your 1 seed in that bracket being South Carolina. I have to note that when we saw South Carolina's watch party, again, this is a team that has been the #1 overall seed every year since 2021.